Hey, what's up, guys? This is David Chase Taylor of 911truther.org. Today is September 5th, 2024. So, based on breaking news and events, it appears the CIA headquarters located beneath CERN at Lake Geneva in Switzerland is going to seize upon the kickoff of the National Football League this evening, featuring the Super Bowl champion Kansas City Chiefs versus the Baltimore Ravens game, to basically change the course of the United States forever. So exactly what is planned is obviously not known, but some sort of watershed moment, some sort of October surprise, um, some sort of DEF CON level event, some sort of 9/11 style attack, some sort of most likely chemical, biological, radiological, or nuclear, some sort of major apocalyptic natural disaster or terror event, or political assassination, or political event is expected to transpire during the live broadcast of this game, which is going to have Super Bowl like numbers, thanks in part to one Taylor Swift and the media hype surrounding her appearance at this game. So if you'll recall, back on January 28th of 2011, I published a book entitled The Nuclear Bible for a False Flag, a Pakistan-backed Osama bin Laden nuclear 9/11 style nuclear attack on the Super Bowl in Dallas, Texas. That's how I got in this particular situation. And the reason why they chose the Super Bowl is because it has unprecedented viewership. And so that's part of the calculus here in respect to Taylor Swift, is that she's like the biggest star in the world right now, and they're using her to basically attract, and her relationship or alleged relationship with Travis Kelce, to attract unprecedented viewership to this game. So she's going to be attending this game in Kansas City, Missouri this evening. And so basically this game is going to have record viewership. Possibly, like I said earlier, Super Bowl numbers. So anyway, the goal of this plan, or the goal of this impending event that's going to happen, is basically to forever change the course of America, like I said. And so exactly what is planned is obviously not known. But I just published, or about to publish, 5 reports for Iranian nuclear or 9/11 style revenge attack targeting Fort Liberty in North Carolina, Guantanamo Naval Base in Cuba, Norfolk Naval Station in Virginia, the Navy Yard in Washington, D.C., or West Point in New York. So some sort of major apocalyptic World War III type event is expected. A full-scale Chinese invasion of Brazil is also expected. The CIA also plans to stage some sort of pro-Trump terror attack, siege, occupation, possibly targeting Union Station in Kansas City or Arrowhead Stadium, where the game is being played, possibly featuring an attack on the tailgaters in the parking lot. This event will not only or could happen in the United States, but it could also happen elsewhere. In Russia, it looks like they're going to stage an early morning arrest of one Vladimir Putin. Just yesterday, it was revealed once again that he has 2 babies out of wedlock, and so some sort of resignation featuring Russian President Vladimir Putin is expected. This is specifically designed to create a political power vacuum in Moscow, so that Putin can be replaced by some sort of communist dictator that will predictably start World War III with NATO immediately. Also, it's highly likely that one Joseph R. Biden will resign during the live broadcast of this game. Hunter Biden just pled guilty to 9 federal tax charges in Los Angeles courtroom today, and so his resignation is expected during the broadcast of this event. If you follow my blog, 911truther.org, you know I just published reports for an Iranian attack targeting Disney World and Walmart, and today I discovered 2 more plots targeting major theater chains in Los Angeles and Dallas. It's also possible that Joseph R. Biden or one Kamala D. Harris or the White House will issue draconian executive orders banning or restricting firearms in the United States in the aftermath of the false flag shooting targeting Appalachia High School in Georgia. It's also highly likely that the CIA will seize upon this game, this primetime game, if you will, to stage Black Lives Matter Antifa riots, possibly targeting East St. Louis, or Ferguson, Missouri, which is obviously not too far from Kansas City, where the game is being played. On the morning of September 6th, it's also highly likely that the CIA will stage. I'll get back to that in a second. And then lastly, in respect to the game this evening, two things. One, Taylor Swift is coming to the game, and so it's highly likely that the CIA will target her or her friends or her skybox, possibly, or when she comes down to the field, possibly fan-related. It's also highly likely that the CIA will seize upon this game with the high viewership and stage some sort of on-the-field, some sort of grotesque injury, most likely be a direct energy weapon, or some on-the-field death. In the last few weeks, there's been 3 high school football players that have died mysteriously from hits. This is basically direct energy weapons that are basically killing these kids that are from NATO satellites that are orbiting above us. So Patrick Mahomes, Travis Kelce, Lamar Jackson, Harrison Butker, the kicker, those are the players that are most likely to suffer some sort of catastrophic injury or death, possibly under the guise of a hit or some sort of naturally occurring injury. In closing, it's highly likely that tomorrow morning on September 6th, the CIA is going to stage 3 events. One is a coup d'etat, which I talked about earlier this week, about September 1st. So on September 6th, it's highly likely that the CIA is going to say some sort of false flag, possibly Trump-ordered, Trump-incited, Trump-linked Russian terror attack or Russia-backed coup d'etat targeting the U.S. Capitol building and or the National Capital Region. Coincidentally, the date of September 6th marks 3,777 since the CIA formed what's called the Azov Battalion. This is the neo-Nazi battalion in Ukraine. And 3777, that's the God of Yahweh. That's the Jewish God of Yahweh. This forms 3 sevens make a perfect triangle. It's complicated, but so that is expected. Also, it's that same type of attack is expected in Moscow, Russia. So this would be a Ukraine-backed, mercenary-backed coup d'etat targeting the Kremlin Palace and or Greater Moscow, Russia, to basically take out Putin or take out Biden in order to neutralize the Trump campaign here in America and to, as I mentioned earlier, to basically install a dictator in Russia that's slated to trigger World War III with Ukraine and or NATO. And then lastly, it's highly likely that the CIA is going to raid Donald J. Trump on the morning of September 6th, which marks exactly 760 days since the CIA staged the FBI raid. So exactly what they will arrest Trump for crimes that he allegedly committed is not known, but it appears that they will claim that he is an agent, an intelligence operative, or acting as a foreign agent for Hungary, Russia, or Ukraine. So that's what it appears that they will arrest him on tomorrow morning. So just in closing, CIA is going to stage some sort of and I should have mentioned this in numero uno, it's highly, highly likely that either tonight, September 5th, 2024, or the night of September 6th, 2024, there's an NFL game tomorrow in Brazil. So in Brazil, they're probably going to stage some sort of Venezuelan gang or some sort of Iran-backed drug cartel-related attack targeting the game in Brazil, possibly with a bunch of vehicles and machetes and mass shootings, machine guns. And then excuse me, sorry. And so these 2 nights, with this extremely high viewership expected during these 2 games, the kickoff tonight and then the kickoff tomorrow, which is between the Packers and the Eagles in Rio de Janeiro, I believe, or Sao Paulo. I have to look it up. They're going to stage some sort of earth-changing, apocalyptic asteroid or comet strike. So if you've been following my blog, I've been publishing for these events ad nauseum, because the CIA is absolutely desperate to stage this event, because then they're basically going to set off a bunch of earthquakes, tsunamis, and volcanic eruptions around the Earth, and basically turn the world upside down. So obviously this cannot be allowed to happen. So just tonight and tomorrow, September 5th and September 6th, is with the NFL kicking off and all these events going on around the world. The CIA is about ready to give us our October surprise, some sort of watershed moment that will change the Earth forever, likely leading to World War III or something to that effect. So obviously, in the event that any of the aforementioned events come to fruition, I kindly ask that you download this video and share it with local, state, and federal law enforcement, military, and intelligence officials, as well as with local, national, and international media outlets. Peace.